You know that feeling, right? That almost physical pain that comes with small talk? If you've ever found yourself just, screaming on the inside during a conversation about the weather, then you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into why that actually happens.
You see them walking towards you. Maybe it's a colleague at work or that relative you see once a year. And you can feel it, can't you? That little knot forms in your stomach. Your shoulders tense up just a little bit. It's this knowing that you're about to have a conversation that's just going to feel completely empty.
Yeah, that's the voice in our heads, isn't it? It's this quiet, desperate plea for something real, something with substance, in a world that so often defaults to, well, the surface. And if that sounds at all familiar, I just really want you to know you are not the only one who feels that way. Not by a long shot. Okay, so let's really dive into this, because we need to get one thing straight right from the start. For so many people, this isn't about being shy or awkward. It goes way, way deeper than that. And this is the whole point. We're not talking about a simple preference here. We're talking about something real that's happening in your brain. It's this feeling of internal friction, almost like your mind is being forced to run a program it was never designed for. And understanding that friction, that's the key to understanding why this hurts so much.
So before we decide it's this terrible thing, let's just take a step back and look at small talk for what it is. I mean, what's its job in our social world? Because, believe it or not, it actually does have one.
Think of small talk as kind of like a conversational handshake. It's a really low-risk way for us to just acknowledge each other, to see if there's potential for something more, and let's be honest, to fill those silences that can get so uncomfortable. It's a social script, a buffer that's designed to make interactions a little smoother. So we get what it is, but why does this social tool feel less like a smooth lubricant and more like, I don't know, sandpaper for some of us? Well, the answer isn't in the conversation. It's in our heads. This right here. This is the heart of it. For a deep thinker, a conversation isn't just about keeping things polite and harmonious. It's about actually building a connection, trying to understand. So small talk feels absolutely draining because it forces your brain to work in the exact opposite way that gives it energy. Your mind is hungry for ideas and patterns, but all it's getting are these little disconnected superficial facts. See, this isn't you being difficult. It's just how your brain is wired. It's a fundamental preference. Imagine your mind is like a high-performance race car built to connect complex ideas at high speed. And small talk is like being told you have to stay in first gear and just inch along. It's not just frustrating, it feels fundamentally wrong.
All right, so how do we get from that frustration to what we're calling intellectual agony? What's the actual psychological mechanism here that's causing that real discomfort?
And here it is. The answer is a classic idea in psychology called cognitive dissonance. It's that jarring, uncomfortable feeling you get when what you're doing doesn't line up with what you truly believe or value. And with small talk, well, that dissonance hits you hard and fast.
Let's just walk through it for a second. Okay, step 1, someone asks about the weather. Step 2, your brain instantly kicks into gear, looking for a real connection. You're thinking, the weather, that relates to climate change and atmospheric patterns and how that affects local ecosystems. But then, step 3, bam, you hit the wall. You know they're just expecting a simple, yeah, it's nice out. And that's step 4, the friction. Your genuine desire for meaning is smashing right into the social expectation of superficiality. That clash, that's the pain you're feeling. Okay, so we figured out what the pain is and where it comes from. Now what? Well, the goal here isn't to magically become a master of small talk. The real goal is to find a sense of calm, a sense of acceptance with who you are. And listen, if you only remember one thing from all of this, please let it be this. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're not bad at being social. You are a person who thinks deeply, living in a world that often just wants to skate on the surface. The problem isn't you at all. It's the mismatch between your wiring and the situation. So finding that calm really just comes from a shift in how you see things. First, just own it. Recognize that you need depth. Then, try to see small talk for what it is. It's a tool somebody is using, not a judgment on their character. And you know what? It is absolutely okay to save your social battery. Give yourself permission to find and have the conversations that actually make you feel alive. You know, the moment you stop fighting against how your mind works and just start to understand what it needs, that feeling of agony, it just starts to fade away. And what's left is this quiet confidence. You learn how to move through the world not by trying to be someone else, but by truly honoring who you are. So that's what I want to leave you with. Now that you get the psychology behind it all, the question changes. It's no longer, how do I fix myself? Instead, it's, how do I build a life that actually respects my need for meaning? And that's a much more powerful question, isn't it? It puts all the control right back where it belongs, with you.